Today is May 26, 2026, and it's currently 2 minutes before 5 p.m. And today's diary is on the topic of fear. And again, the reason I'm filming this, I'm still in my pajamas, my hair is not brushed, and I look crazy, is because I know that in a few months from now, or in a year from now, I want to look back. Okay. I want to look back and think, wow, you did it. Because everything just feels so hard. And I am losing the belief in myself that I can change. Like, it's so unbelievably hard, and I don't even know if I can do it anymore, and I'm so scared. Okay. Yeah. And that's why I want to film this for myself, so I can remember and see how far I've come. And there's a lot of background noise, so hopefully my audio isn't that messed up. Yeah. So on the topic of fear today, I found out that for some reason I wasn't, or I could not register for a specific exam. And this exam, I had waited for 2.5 months to hear back for a grade. And I also found out that I had failed this grade for the second time. And in the months before, I had tried contacting this professor multiple times, but I think 5 or 6 times, but he never responded per email. And I had a lot of anxiety, a lot of fear, but I kind of let time pass because I thought maybe he just hadn't had the time to get to it, or all of these things. And I was also afraid of knowing. And just to caveat for myself, the project I did was good. I think it's good. I don't understand how it could have warranted a failing grade. But the main issue here was an issue that I've always had, and I thought it would have been resolved beforehand, but it's an issue that keeps coming back, and that's just this fear of knowing. And this fear makes things worse. If I had contacted the examination office just like what I did yesterday and found out, essentially earlier, weeks beforehand, my options to resolve it would have been bigger. And in the past, I always have this fear of opening emails. Even right now, I'm so afraid to know what my professor responded, my thesis advisor, because of course I had to let him know what was happening, and he's also the head of our degree, our program degree. And I feel so embarrassed to tell him that, and I'm so afraid to see what he says or what he reacts. And aside from that, I also thought that this fear I had should have already been resolved, because there have been times where I felt so much pain because of this fear. For example, it's really difficult to admit to myself, but I regret my thesis. I regret not having planned better, and just this fear that held me back from doing a great thesis that I would have been so proud to present. I was so afraid in starting, so afraid of opening my emails. I had so much plans written down, so much time invested to make plans. Like, I had like a calendar. Okay, this day I'll research this. Like, it started 6 months before a whole plan, but it didn't really happen because I felt overwhelmed and there was this fear. Then it became 3 months, 2 months, and suddenly I had a month to write my thesis. And you know what's so crazy? What really pushed me wasn't even the month, it was the last 2 weeks where I really had to write what I can. And I regret it so much. And I thought this painful experience, I remember the last 2 days before I submitted my thesis, I didn't sleep. My stomach was turning. Thank God for my best friend. Like, she was helping me. And I just like had so much anxiety. And it's just, I thought this painful experience would have been the lesson I needed to not be afraid anymore, and to do things, to just do. Don't wait. Don't postpone things. Don't be afraid of someone's reaction, or don't be afraid of a bad outcome, because at least if you know early that there's a bad outcome, you have more time to figure out what you can do next, you know? And I thought this painful experience would have woken me up, but it hasn't. It's like every time something painful happens, I feel in the first few days like I'm a changed person. I try to do things that I've kept in the backlog, but then the fear is still there. Like, I forget the painful experience, and then I'm afraid again. Yeah, I mean, it's been a problem that I've had for the last years now, and I feel like there are days where I feel proud of myself for doing something small, like answering an email. But how come, like, I just want to I just want to be free of it. Like, it's so tiring, and I feel it getting stronger in me, this fear, and the consequences become more real, you know? My thesis being bad is already one extremely painful consequence. But then now with this grade, I have to become a student. I mean, I have to extend my semester, and I've already extended 2 times, 3 times, and it's so embarrassing to have to say it out loud. And then, of course, like, I have to face telling my family and friends, like, oh no, I'm still a student, because like they've been waiting for me to graduate for a year and a half now. You know, in their mind, I've been writing my thesis for 1 year now. But okay, that's enough. So that's my topic for today, is fear. Aside from that, no. I just have other anxieties right now of someone not replying to me, someone really important to me not replying. And that's also one reason why I'm making this, because I need to remind myself that I can't give power to things that I can't control, and only what I can. And that's just how, and what I can is to control or influence how I feel right now. And yeah, I don't want to waste any more hours being anxious, being sad about these emails, or this person not replying to me. Now I'm going to get ready, start my day at 5 p.m. I'm just going to brush my teeth, wear something that aren't pajamas, maybe do a mental health walk for 10-15 minutes, do another scary email to my professor who hasn't responded to me in 5 emails, firstly apologizing, then realizing he gave me a failing grade, and then asking why, things like that. I just need to know why, because I don't understand. There's just so much fear right now. And I also started a new job as a runner. I mean, it's also training to be a waitress at a 5-star hotel. I've never done a service job before, you know, carrying so much drinks in a plate. Like, I dropped it, and it was just so embarrassing. And now I'm learning to like carry food without a tray with my hands. And I just feel like I feel so socially anxious, and now it's a bit better, but it's the fear. And at this point, I'm just so afraid. Like, I'm so afraid that I can't improve, and I'm just so afraid of the reactions of people. And I'm afraid to go to work on Thursday. Like, it was better, to be honest, when I went on Sunday. I felt good. Then I had off on Monday, Tuesday, and now I'm afraid again. And it's just exhausting. I just want to live courageously, not be afraid of failing, not be afraid of embarrassing myself, not be afraid of someone being mad at me or a negative outcome. Yeah. It's enough now. I'm just gonna. Yeah. It's really controlling me. And I can't imagine myself. I can't imagine a version of me that doesn't have this problem anymore, who just lives and is just so confident in themselves. And, that can just brush themselves off if something embarrassing happens, or, that does things proactively without fear. Yeah, it's really hard right now, but I know, and I have to believe that it will change, because this is not the way to live life, Yeah. And now I'm just gonna count my blessings. I'm so grateful for the life I have, for the people in my life. And I'll try to stay positive. And we'll see. I just want to look back. And yeah. Okay. Bye.